All right.
Well, hello, Mr. Bob Richards. How are you doing today?
Michael, I am doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Well, you're more than welcome. I think, Bob, what we need to do today, since this is our mini podcast,
Yeah.
let's just get down to business.
All right. All
I
right. I
think, I
like
think,
that.
I think we should talk about, it's just business between,
Oh,
a couple of parties. Tell me about that.
Michael, I'll tell you the way things are shaped up for the last number of weeks. I have just had that happen and said to me more often than I would ever have expected, really almost in a lifetime. I find where people say, "Oh, we're friends or we're family," and yet I went this other direction here. But don't worry, it's just business. I'm like, okay, what do you exactly mean by that? And some people are just like, well, it just is, and they really don't know what necessarily maybe what they're saying or what that means. And so I asked them. I said, what when you have two or more parties in some sort of a contractual situation or an agreement or even shaking hands, it just which is kind of old school, but I'm kind of used to that.
Yeah.
And so when it becomes something that you're now questioning the individual based upon their honesty, does that change at home and change at work when it's just business?
Mhm.
Uh, does that integrity change if it's just business? Is the um, fact of your who you are, your makeup,
Yeah.
is that based upon just business?
So it's like I'm one person when I'm not at work, when I'm at home, but when I'm at work, I'm a completely other person.
Yeah.
And you should probably just be the same person the whole time. If you're like an honest guy or gal with integrity, you should be that way at home and doing business and not use the old line, oh, we're friends, it's just business. Don't worry about it. I still like you.
Right, right. And so, well, do I have to reciprocate that like, or,
Yeah, it's
or
like,
maybe we need to, part ways or something, or take a time out. I don't know
yeah.
what it is, but it's just um, that change in the world maybe is it. I don't know what it is, Michael. I'm just kind of spitting bullets here, but I just see that there's a need for people to be reminded that it's not just business. You are who you are when you wake up, when you go to bed, and even while you're asleep, you are the same person. And so you wake up the following day and you decide whether or not, hey, my morals, my standards, my beliefs, my convictions, all those things that I have, I take with me each and every day. And if I put all those on the shelf or in the closet and say, oh, well, my meeting at 10 o'clock, oh, I'm going to do this. And yeah, they'll understand. It's just business. And then I
Yeah.
question, okay, so what are your motives? What are you going to get out of all of this? And someday you and I are going to meet our maker, right?
Right.
Inevitable that that's going to take place. And he's probably going to ask you and say, hey, let me have you go past St. Peter and go to the next one. It's another floor or two down. But you know what? Don't worry. It's just business.
It's just business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
thanks, Lord.
yeah. We're going to give you, somebody get the HR director for hell over here. This is Mr. Beelzebub. But, don't worry because you're a good guy, but it's
Yeah.
just heavenly business.
Right.
Here's a
Right.
fan. Here's a shovel for the coal.
Exactly right.
It's
Exactly
just
right.
business.
Yeah, it's just business.
It's
Yeah.
just,
We
yeah,
expect you to work at it all time.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's important to remain who you are at all times, whether it's business or whether it's personal. It's important to have integrity and be honest in all of your business dealings with your fellow man and or woman. And yeah, we've all had that experience. And you know what? It's not just business; it's personal.
Oh, no, it is so much that way. And I've just been really surprised at people just saying that directly to your face, eyes to eyes. and my mouth almost drops. I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah.
And yet they don't have any reason why. There's never a reason that's a good reason or the appropriate reason to be saying something like that. And so I listen closely. I kind of hear their background, what they like to do, maybe their hobbies, background about family, and leave the real estate to the side because I
Yeah.
don't know if I want to do business with them if they're just perceiving as, well, it's just business. Because eventually I'm going to be the one where they tell somebody else, oh, Bob will understand. It's just business.
Yeah.
And I just think that there's more to life than this. We're judged at a higher level. We're smarter than we used to be based on technology, AI, all sorts of different things. I just think that we could use that to our advantage in a way that still gives us all of our scruples and all of our abilities to interact with people on an honest basis all the time.
Yeah.
So that's my soapbox mini podcast for the day today.
I love it. I think those are compelling words of wisdom for every single one of us. Everything is always personal. It's not just business. I like to follow I like to follow these famous words in the good book.
Huh?
It says here, the good book, chapter 1, verse 23. He says it's important that we follow the DBAJ principle, which stands for don't be a jerk. I
Was that verse 23? Is that what you were saying? I
think
was
it was
thinking that was the right one.
I think it was 23. Yeah. So Bob,
Don't
thank
be a
you.
jerk.
Thank you for always following that principle and never being a jerk. And remember, folks, if you need some good advice on real estate, be sure and call our friend here, Mr. Bob Richards at Bob Richards and Associates. You can find him online at buyutah.com. You can also email him, bob at buyutah.com. And in just a second, Bob is going to tell you his phone number because I don't have that memorized.
Okay, you did really good.
Thank you.
So I work for the brokerage of Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate in St. George. We're just in Ancestor Square, downtown St. George on Main Street and St. George Boulevard, right next to the Painted Pony Restaurant. Okay, big announcement. Phone number, here we go. Ding, ding. 435-703-8824. If you want to spell it out, that's 435-703 Utah, UTAH.
Great. Bob, thanks a lot. We'll see you again next time with another exciting mini podcast. Let's get real.